Hello, my children, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Anywho with Lucas. I'm Lucas. um, Lately, I've been having some strange dreams, um, zombie dreams, because zombies are my biggest fear. Um, I'll just tell. Oh God. Okay. So apparently, okay, in my dream, um, like in how Dawn of the Dead, like the zombies ran and they're vicious and shit. Those were the zombies that were in my dream, and it was like just in the beginning of like the infection and all that. And I and some other people were um, at like a Wesco, I think, but it was like multiple stories in this Wesco, and oh my god. Okay, so we heard news that they're coming, they're coming. So me and these people, I guess they're my friends in my dream. Must be sad to dream about friends. So we, oh god, we went up, and it was kind of like a lighthouse thing, almost. This is very top, but um, there was like a ladder that went up there, and we closed everything, and we saw them running, and they surrounded the gas station. It was like a Wesco, the colors were like that of a Wesco, but I don't know if it was a Wesco, but they just surrounded the gas station, and people were dying outside and all that jazz, and oh my god, it was really scary. And then in another, it was the same. All happened last night in my dreams. So and then like I woke up and I went back to sleep, and then I had another zombie dream. It was very similar. But this time it was like in a um, what would it be? Like a news station, I think it was. So, gosh, and I think there's a movie that's similar to this, but I saw the movie and it wasn't good. But anyhow, they, like it was still in the beginning, like when no one knows, and then just a horde of zombies come by. So, so they were. Oh gosh, I can't even tell it. So we heard news again, and they were like, "Oh, the zombies are coming," and I was like, "Oh no." So this news building, it had many levels. Apparently, in my dreams with the zombies, I'm always in a building full of multiple levels. So, um, oh, and in my dream, I was thin because I had to get through, uh, like the tiles in the ceiling, and go up through that and through a vent or something. I don't know, but that's what some of us did to escape them. So to get up to higher levels, so we could knock them out. So in the building, there was the doors were like clear. They weren't glass because it'll break through glass, but it was like I don't know, that really strong stuff. So oh yeah, I swallowed air. Okay, so we see them coming, and they're surrounding, and they're trying to blah 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 get in. And these were the ones that they run. They're runners. They scream, and they have blood around their mouth and bits and things taken out of them because of the. That's how you get turned into a zombie. Get bitten by one. So. Mm, Oh, gosh. So they came in, and me and I think three other people, we we were able to barricade ourselves into this office that still had, glass and shit, but it was had a stair, like, on the other side of the door going down, and we thought we were safe for the time being. And then so we let down our guard, and then all of a sudden, I don't know how they got in or how it got in, but this one, and he looks like, is his name Oscar from The Office? It was him, the black guy, the old one. Um, uh, and he just appeared, and it was a zombie, and he looked both ways because we were all around the room. And then he first went for this one guy, but then, like, I moved, and of course I moved, and he started coming towards me, like, almost running, but you can't run very fast when you're in such a tight space. But so I was, like, trying to get behind the table, and then I woke up because I was shatting myself. I was so scared. So I had to take some pills to calm me down. That's how bad it was. So, yeah. That's a good way to start the day. So, yeah. So I just hope there is no zombies. Even though I'm pretty sure there isn't, because the way they make it seem, I don't know how they can move if their, like, heart's not beating and all that, and no oxygen's getting anywhere. So the brain will die. So I don't know, I'm just mumbling on about this one. But anywho. Okay, so I guess these dreams are similar to that of, the national conventions that are going on right now, or one of them is all over with, the Republican National Convention, which I watched some of it, and a lot of whiteys and well-dressed men with good hair. If you know anything about politics, you might get that funny, but maybe not. But anywho, ugh, gosh. So yeah, they're kind of like zombies in a way, because politicians in general, I'm not just saying Republicans, but yeah, because, they'll do anything to get a bite out of you for a vote or whatever, so I don't know. But yeah, I had to try to segue into this subject, so my rambling, Okay. So anywho, I'm going to talk about the conventions. So, I didn't watch much of the Republican National Convention, but, there were some good speakers, I thought. It was interesting, it was fun to watch, I guess. And right now, it's, I think, the second day of the Democratic National Convention in North Carolina. I don't know where. I can't remember, but so far it's good. I like the mixture of the colorful audience. I think it's better than a bunch of old white folks, in Tampa. But yeah. So, needless to say, I'm a I'm a liberal, but I'll vote Democrat, because, a lot of them are liberal, it's a progressive party, as opposed to the ignorant and conservative Republican Party, which I believe we need to get rid of. Um, yeah, so we just need to get rid of them. They're hindering our growth as a nation. Um, so I'm just gonna say I support Obama, and I will vote for him in this upcoming election. And I hope many of you will too, because though I don't think Mitt Romney will ruin the country, I think Barack Obama, it takes time to change. And I think he's doing the best he can with what he was given. And I don't think we're any worse than we were. Of course, the the unemployment rate is, higher than what we want, but we have to go through some hard times before we can get to better times. And flipping Republicans saying, oh, blah, 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 in Congress, trying to block all these little bills and laws and stuff, and, that's not helping any. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. On a lighter note, and totally unrelated, I was mowing the front yard today. I couldn't finish it because the lawnmower quit on me, but while I was starting it, I had my shirt off, and I was going, in the front by the road, and people were slowing down to see me. I counted 3, but I'm pretty sure everyone who passed got a look at this. And I think they liked what they saw. So, yeah. I wish I had a funny about the Republicans and Democrats, but, I do, but it's really bad and bad taste, and I don't want to, but I'm gonna say it anyway, because, it's really bad and gross, and it involves bestiality. Okay, so you know how Ann Romney likes horses and all that, and she has a bunch, and I don't want to say it, but I have to. Okay, well, I think we know where she's getting her pleasure from. Well, Mitt Romney's gone. A horse is hung like a horse. Ugh, I feel dirty for saying that, but I had to. I had to. Yeah. Oh, after this one, this episode, I'm gonna make another one. So this is just the one that I wanted to, I said on my page that I was going to do a controversial one. But this one, I wouldn't say, but I'm gonna bring up some controversial shit in about a second. I just had to get that very bad joke out of the way. But I had to do it. I think someone else might have done it, I'm not sure. But I think I got in trouble. But anywho. Right now I'm going to talk about the problem of conservatism. For those of you who do not know, and are just thinking, oh, Republican, Democrat, no. There are, well, those are the 2 main parties, but there are different parties, though they don't really have a place right now. But most parties go by this conservative and liberal thing. Democrats lean towards liberal, I don't know, liberalism, I guess, which is progressive. It promotes equality, um, and all that good stuff. And then um, conservatism, well, the Republicans and libertarians generally go to the conservative uh, point of view. Um, though they're, the parties have, the moderates that, you know, it's what it is. It's, they might be conservative on one issue, but they might be liberal on another, or whatnot. Um, so I don't like conservatism, which is, it's, I just think it's bad. It's not good for us as a country. We need to grow as a country. We cannot stay in this ignorance. And I believe ignorance is death, or a disease, rather. And, it's the refusal to learn, to know, to grow. And that is what conservatism is. I don't know why we have it, really. It's probably the most undemocratic ideology in this country, and it has a very large following, which I just don't think is right. But I respect them, these people who say they're conservative, but quite frankly, I believe in equality. I believe you should be able to marry whoever you want. I believe a woman should have a choice to either go through with the pregnancy, or she should terminate it, because she knows when to have a baby and when not to have a baby. And she knows when it'll be I don't want to say beneficial, but you know when you want children, and sometimes things happen. And quite frankly, I think the conservatives are trying to say, I think deep down all pro-choice people are pro-life. We don't say, kill babies, even though, because that's what I believe abortion is. It's killing babies. But I believe it's not as bad as what they're trying to put it as, because they aren't they haven't lived a life yet. They are just growing flesh within you. I can't remember anything from being in my mother's womb, and I'm pretty sure none of you can either. But I wouldn't want to devalue the life of a unborn baby. But the conservatives are saying, healthcare is not a right, and we shouldn't be in a welfare state or whatever. And quite frankly, they should be taking care of the many unwanted children that are in our population because of these anti-abortion things. I think it should be legal. I'm pro-choice. I believe it should be legal. A woman should have a right to decide when she can have a baby, when not to have a baby. And no one's making a woman or a young girl have an abortion. It should be her choice. And but I am all for churches and other groups, saying, counseling these pregnant women and girls and saying, you know, um, there's a community here that will help you uh, raise your child so you don't have to be alone and it'll be easier. Um, but, you know, not everyone has that, so they should be able to decide. So, yeah, that's my stance on abortion. And I hope you can learn more about it. Um, it's not just a simple surgery or whatever. It is a big deal, and it has negative effects too, both physical and psychological. But you should be able to have that choice. Women, I'm not saying me myself because I can't produce babies because I'm a male. But yeah. So back to my distaste of conservatism. And I'm going to use a very good analogy. And I hope you can understand it. In my backyard, we have two very large trees. I believe they're both oaks, but they're very old, and it looks like they're dying because the only thing that's green on them is the tops. And just about like a couple months ago, one of the trees had a limb fall, and it was just this dead wood. It was not living or anything. So and we've been talking about cutting these trees down because they are very big, and all the life around it is suffering now because it's not getting enough sun. So all the tiny trees that are around, they aren't getting enough sun, and we need to make a change so that the area can grow and become better and more beneficial, because quite frankly I think the animals, squirrels and birds, might like it better. But so don't want to make you puke there, but so we haven't cut them down yet, but I think we're gonna soon. It's I think it's a good thing to do. In order to grow, you need to change, and sometimes the decisions for making a change are difficult and very complex. But if change isn't always bad, it can be good. We should not be afraid of change. So I'm going to use another analogy. We see on the news all the time of wildfires and whatnot. And they just destroy everything. But once the fire goes away and the land has time to replenish itself or whatever, if you look it up, life, it just seems as much greener after everything settles down. So I kind of feel we need to do away with the conservatives. Not not put them on trains or anything, but like we need to we need to cure the disease of ignorance by promoting education and everything. So we need to burn away the conservative ideas so that a more lush, a more thriving and green population can grow out of the ashes of the old thoughts, if you will. Just like cutting down an old tree might, help the surrounding area and all that lives there grow and thrive and be better for it. So that's kind of what I wanted to say in this video. I guess the bottom line is I do not support conservatism. I believe in liberal progressivism as, I think it's what's gonna be better for us as Americans. It's going to lead us toward equality and prosperity, and I hope for those of you still watching, I think it's like 30 minutes, but this bitch needs to speak his mind. So, for those of you still watching, I hope you learn more and have more open minds, and you can agree with me that we need a change in this country, and I believe that change is to get rid of the old and start using the new, and at least trying the new. We need to experiment. And I think we can experiment. In this upcoming election, I hope those of you who are eligible to vote do so, because it is our right as Americans, and there are thousands of men and women fighting and dying for us to have this right, in godforsaken places around the world. So if to not exercise your personal right to vote, at least do it out of respect for the men and women serving in the military. So I guess that's it. Allahu Akbar.